Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at a totally fascinating collision. We're talking about the ancient, meticulous roots of language study crashing right into the absolute cutting edge of the AI era. We are unpacking the proceedings from the highly anticipated Linguistics 2026 Athens conference. If you're someone who loves understanding the nuts and bolts of human communication, you are going to be thrilled by just how rapidly this field is evolving. And honestly, the setting for this event was just perfect. It was hosted at the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, which is an esteemed institution established way back in 1837. I mean, just picture researchers walking these deeply historic halls, but instead of just debating traditional syntax, they are vigorously arguing over the impact of ChatGPT and large language models. It's basically the ultimate ancient meets modern scenario, and it provided an incredible backdrop for global knowledge exchange. So here is our conference itinerary. Don't worry, we've transformed a pretty dense 3-day schedule into a clear, logical journey for us today. 1. Reimagining linguistic theory. 2. AI and language technology. 3. Society, culture, and pronunciation. And 4. The future of linguistics. Okay, let's dive into this. 4 keynote speakers really anchored the entire event. We've got Nikos Safakis, Ingo Plog, Judy Hansen-Edwards, and Vaclav Brzezina. These are the heavy hitters, and their keynote topics set the tone for the whole conference. Each one tackled a massive shift in how we understand human communication today, effortlessly bridging core, interdisciplinary, and applied linguistics. Track 1, Reimagining Linguistic Theory. The fundamental building blocks of language study are shifting right beneath our feet. A crucial point here is captured perfectly by Nikos Safakis in his keynote. He focused on English as a lingua franca and translanguaging, and it represents a massive paradigm shift. The field is essentially reframing how we view non-native English speakers. We are finally moving away from looking at non-native adaptations as some kind of deficiency, and instead, we're integrating those usages as a completely natural, evolving part of global communication. But make no mistake, highly specialized research still absolutely forms the bedrock here. We've got scholars unpacking everything from syntactic boundaries in British collective nouns to mapping the exact vowel realization in the Romanian variety of Kefalovrso. It's this precise, granular, incredibly focused work that keeps the whole discipline grounded. Track 2, AI and language technology. So, how exactly do those deeply traditional roots survive the digital wave? Well, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast. On one side, you have that traditional linguistic focus, right? Things like vowel realization and syntactic boundaries. But on the other hand, there is this massive pivot toward computational methods. Keynote speaker Ingo Plog tackled this head-on, merging theoretical linguistics directly with computational modeling. Suddenly, across the entire conference program, researchers are talking about large language models, ChatGPT, and AI-mediated communication right alongside traditional grammar. Let's look at how this plays out in 3 pretty mind-bending presentations. First up, Riccardo Viccari and Castrenzi Negrelli are literally testing ancient Greek to Italian translation using ChatGPT. Second, Athanasios Karasimos and Vasiliki Makre are decoding morphosyntax to see if LLMs can actually handle inflection and derivation in English and Greek. And then, Alina Stepanian is mapping the pragmatic risks of AI-mediated communication on language development. This isn't just theoretical future casting anymore. This shows exactly how AI is actively changing translation and language learning right now. And the stakes get even higher. Take this presentation, Language, Technology in Combating Propaganda, Master or Servant, by Marina Platonova and Tatiana Smirnova. This brilliantly illustrates the high-stakes, real-world application of all this technology in 2026. It's no longer just about grammar trees, folks. It's about how computational linguistics can actually be weaponized or how it can be used to defend truth in our societies. Track 3, Society, Culture, and Pronunciation. Let's shift our focus back to the human element for a second, because modern linguistic research is being directly driven by internet culture and our daily habits. We've got Begashri Bagashwar studying the discourse on X regarding Dalgona coffee. We have Oksana Ivanova and Zane Senko analyzing the public image of AI through memes. Add in Denisa Sperna presenting on gastronomic romance loanwords in Japanese, and Vasiliki Celadoni looking at gender-inclusive translation techniques. It's wild. Our daily online habits and cultural shifts are instantly becoming rich academic data. Grounding all of these fascinating cultural studies in academic theory was Jet Hansen Edwards. She delivered a powerhouse keynote on the social influences on pronunciation. It's a great reminder that whether it's a random online meme, a viral coffee trend, or just a casual chat, social context always dictates how language sounds and evolves. This is the heart of the global research championed by groups like the International Linguistic Society. And speaking of global, the sheer scale of the researchers at this event is staggering. Throughout the conference, scholars dug into Japanese, Greek, Kuwaiti Arabic, Brazilian Portuguese, Dutch, French, Chinese, Italian, and English. Seriously, the diversity of the phonetic, syntactic, and cultural data being processed at this single conference is absolutely mind-blowing.
Track 4. The Future of Linguistics.
So where is all this interdisciplinary, multilingual research ultimately headed? Well, the answer lies heavily in big data. Our final keynote speaker, Vaclav Brzezina, highlighted this perfectly. His presentation, How to Identify Multi-Word Expressions in Corpora, shows us that the future really relies on using massive datasets to understand language at scale. We're no longer just looking at a few sentences in a vacuum. Researchers are using advanced software to analyze literally millions of linguistic data points all at once, to find these invisible patterns in human speech. Which leaves us with this final, somewhat provocative thought. If AI is already capable of translating ancient Greek and decoding complex morphosyntax today, how will language research fundamentally change by the time the next conference rolls around? As these machines rapidly learn the absolute deepest mechanics of our languages, what are they ultimately going to teach us about ourselves? Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and keep exploring.